Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Lucas, and this is Doing the Deal, and we're coming at you today with another update of our indoor hydroponics garden. So at this point, still very pleased with all the results we are getting. We are getting jalapenos that we're drying, which is fantastic. They got a nice little spice to them. We got a whole bunch more coming in, and we'll show you that. We're getting some kale, which you can see right here, and some chard, which is phenomenal. They're both delicious, and they just keep coming in abundance, as well as our beans. We just keep picking them as they come, and we keep tossing them in the freezer, and we'll see what happens at the end of said bean plant's life. Now, with that being said, we have added a couple of things into our tents, as well as ran into a couple of issues over the past couple of weeks, which I will go over right now. Now, with that being said, all the issues are nobody's fault except for my own and my own stupidity. First thing we did was I decided that we needed a water change, and instead of just sucking water out and filling it back up, I was gonna let my water tank get really low. There is a point where it gets too low, but there's still a decent amount of water in there, but it's not enough for what I had cooking. So once we got that all filled back up, got our water tent or our water all back together, that part was good. Next thing, we ended up running into roots everywhere, predominantly on one of our rows. In the back, I found it with a bean plant right here. Was the first at the end of the line to start getting hit. I noticed it wasn't getting enough water. And so we took it out, and there was a massive root cluster at the bottom. Hopefully we can save the bean. We cut it off. I'll put some pictures up here of the stuff we got. It was growing into the pipes and stuff like that. So I got that one fixed. I trimmed up both bean plants. And left the rest of it alone, didn't check the water to make sure it was actually watering, just pure stupidity on my part. And then the next day I found out that over here on the same row, water wasn't getting past the first node, which is a massive bell pepper plant, which I'll show you. So what we did was we went through each one at a time, and we trimmed the roots off of the bottom of the bag, so that we could ensure that water got in and that nothing was blocking the hole. So 2 lessons learned. Hopefully it fixes everything. I think it will. We are at a good water level. Everything is flowing and flooding and draining appropriately like it should. I just hope we caught it in time to save this bean plant. If not a big deal. We will put another bean in there because they do phenomenal. Couple of other things we did. We added lettuce. We started them right in the system in these little plugs like this. I ended up getting these plugs as part of a kit from Spider Farmer. It was like one of their gifts or whatever when you're an idiot and spend too much money. So I ended up with this bad dude that I have not used at all whatsoever. But we stuck 4 of these in one of the nodes and put some lettuce seeds in it, and they sprouted, and that's phenomenal. So we did it in a second node just the other day. So those are good changes. I wish our peppers would start changing colors faster. It's just me being impatient, I think. We do have our sweet peppers are starting to turn a little bit red, which is fantastic. I hope our habaneros start flipping over to some oranges. That would make me ecstatic. I think we might up our light. We're still sitting at a 12 and 12 cycle with, we're at about 600 par, I think. I'd have to double check my notes, but we're right at the bottom level of what flower would be, aggressive veg flower. So we might up that a little bit more into a straight flower setup, all right? So those are those things right there. So our pH at this moment in time is sitting a little over 6. I'll put it all up here. We're at about, or under 1,000 for parts per million. And our EC is about 1.6, 1.7. I'd like to get it up a little bit higher, but I'm gonna make sure that some of these bean plants come back. So we don't want to like shock the crap out of it right too fast. So hopefully in a week or so, we will figure out what happens with that. We are going to get rid of our spinach, which I'll show you. We've got another pepper we're gonna put in there called Bottle Rocket, and I'll show you that. I think it's about ready. And then we'll take a look at some of the other stuff we got cooking around here. So without any further ado, let's flip it around and check out what we got growing. You guys, here we are still in our massive tent. Love it, love everything about it. Love the AirCube setup, for sure. But this is the row where we weren't getting water past here. We did clean the bottoms of everything. Here is that really massively large bell pepper plant. Things kicking ass, taking names. I love it. Need to get in here and trim some of these canopies. I've started trimming tops so we can get more pepper production. Here are the ones that I did start. I put these in here yesterday. Just cover it up. Peek in, see if they've sprouted. We got the same thing over here with 4 of them coming in. So hopefully we can replicate that right here. And that would be fantastic. Here's our jalapeno plant. A variety of a jalapeno plant called a Jedi, right? So I need to come in here and get some more of these all taken off. Same thing, I've been trimming the tops, focusing on hopefully food production and getting them going. It has been relatively cold here in Maine, and the temperature in here stays relatively good, which is fantastic. Here's our sweet one. You can see we've got the first that started to change, so hopefully some of these others are gonna start to change as well. This is a sweet style of pepper called Carmen, which is great. Right, loving it. I mean, some of these things are just ridiculously huge. Just big. But they're all supposed to be red. Like, look at this bad guy. Holy guacamole. So hopefully, we're gonna adjust our lights. We're gonna go from there. Here is our jalapeno plant, not our jalapeno, our habanero, a variety called Helios. We've got tons of peppers. And they are hot and green, and I only know that because I accidentally knocked one off, so I ate it. We've got issues keeping it straight, so this is what we've done with some gardening string and the holes in the bucket. Fantastic. I tried a stick, no success. I tried the string to the pole, and then I was like, you idiot, use these holes. And I did, and it works great. So hopefully we can get some of that stuff going. Start fermenting some of these things. Making hot sauce would be fantastic. Here's our one chard. Looks like some salad is on the menu for today, for this weekend. Here's our other couple. This one looks really nice in the coloring right here. Got our kale coming in really, really good. And here's the spinach that we're gonna get rid of. We've got a little algae buildup. Our hydroton level is low. We're not really eating it because I just don't know why. So we're gonna replace this, and we're gonna take this node, and it's gonna be another pepper plant. But here's our bean plant that was affected. Hopefully it bounces back. We trimmed it all up. And see what happens with some of these beans at the top. Here's our other one that was still getting plenty of water, still doing really, really well. And we are still getting beans. I got a whole bunch off the other day, so we're just kind of waiting. Yeah, we're going from there. Spin it around, take a look, not too bad. So very pleased with everything. Yeah, so let's flip it around and take a look at some final thoughts. All right, guys, so all in all, I think everything is going very, very well. We're getting leafy greens, we're eating leafy greens, we're getting in freezing beans. We are drying one of our pepper varieties at this point. Hopefully we can do that with a couple more pepper varieties. And get a little chili powder going on, and maybe start fermenting some chilies and getting a nice little hot sauce like we've done in the past. The pepper that we're gonna put in there, I think we've got it about a good size. I decided to start it in just regular dirt seed starting mix, as opposed to the Rockwell cubes. So we'll pull it out, we'll rinse the dirt out after we get our node all cleaned up. And this is called Bottle Rocket. This is like a cayenne pepper type of deal, so that should be super exciting. But yeah, I think we're gonna adjust our lights. We're gonna bump our par up. Hopefully that works with some more fruiting power per se, if that's a thing. And we start getting some color out of these peppers. Other than that, very pleased. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, advice, they are always welcome. Please mash them down below. If you enjoyed what you saw today, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you'd like to continue along with us on our epic journey of indoor hydroponic gardening, please mash that subscribe button. Once again, enjoy your morning, enjoy your day. We appreciate you. Cheers.